So here she is then. Literally the question that nobody has asked. This is my little Ducati 620 Sport. She's a 02 plate. I got her about 2.5 years ago. The 620 Sport is the same as the Super Sport, which was a 599, but they upgraded it for a 1-year version and then discontinued it. Upgrades being the extra 20cc in engine size, and also the biggest thing that I liked about it is this has got dual Brembo's front discs, where on the 600 Super Sport they only had a single front disc, and I believe the rear shock was upgraded as well. So I say I haven't ridden her for a long time. Sorry she's not all nice and clean, but there's a couple of reasons for that. One, I don't really like cleaning bikes, and two, I don't actually live with my bikes. They're sort of in storage, so I don't have the beauty of being able to put them in the garage or in the garden and give them a clean. They have to sort of go in and out of storage, and we shall go out for a little evening ride and do a bit of a description of what she's like. I'm going to pick one of my nice little regular routes. I do it quite often. Like to go up to the back way up to Goodwood and then just fly back. Yeah, so my Ducati 620 Sport. So the reason I bought her, and this is probably going to sound strange to a lot of people, but on our roads in Britain, to me there's no real point in having a big bike for regular good fun use. I have my Aprilia to go on a few track days, and I've got mates all with big 1000cc bikes and all that sort of stuff. When you go out with them, you've got to, this is a bit too slow for that really. She's out of puff, but there's not always a pleasure in riding like, super fast. You don't really need all that power on our roads. I mean, we have speed limits and we have terrible bumpy roads, and they just have good fun on a road. This bike's probably about 60 brake horsepower, and my previous bike to this, I had a Yamaha SLR 400 SP, and that only had about 50 or 60 brake horsepower. And on our roads by myself, I find that's plenty. You can really give it a good handful and not really be breaking the speed limits. Obviously you've got to be respectful of the 30 and 40 stuff, but the 60 and 70 mile an hour stuff, it takes a while to get there. With that little horsepower, it does take a little while to get there. So like around this corner here, go around this car. There you go, up to 40 miles an hour. Second gear, good handful. On my Aprilia, second gear is probably about, 90, 100. Ridiculously different speeds. So for enjoyment factor of getting the most out of a bike, and quite a few people say it, that sometimes you don't need. Obviously on the track, you know, that's why I've got the bigger bike, because it isn't enough for the straights, which are nice, wide, clear, smooth. You need the power, and you've got the opportunity to use it to get the most fun. But when you're just on the road, you know, all you need is for fun and to get your little thrills of getting, you know, the old engine spinning. Honestly, I think all I believe you need is about 60 brake horsepower. That's all you don't really need, I think. You can probably do it with less, but you know, this is faster than most cars on the road. Yeah, I just think she's great. Riding positioning, she is quite harsh. It's a lot more sportier setup than you would think, considering it's like based on the Super Sport, which I always initially thought was a touring bike, but this is definitely way more aggressive than a touring bike. Feet pegs are a lot higher than a touring. You're way more on your wrists. You know, my back is probably a good 45 degrees angle, well, maybe 30 degrees angle. You know, where touring is sort of more upright, aren't you? So, you know, this definitely isn't a touring bike, and I used to think it was quite comfortable, but once I got on the Aprilia, I found this isn't that comfortable really. But I'm reluctant to get rid of her because she's only a 1-year model. She's never going to be worth masses of money, but I paid £2,400 for her back in a couple of years ago, and I should think that was probably near the bottom. Maybe never going to see a big profit in it, but as bikes, oh, no housing slip. As everything older and unique seems to be going up, the reason I think like that is because that my previous Yamaha FZR 400R RSP that I think I bought for £2,500, sold it for £1,900, and if I had her today, she'd probably be worth about £4,000. Again, another 1-year model motorcycle, not hugely popular, but you know, went up in value. Maybe not the condition I would have kept it in, but you know, you never know about that. But I might have looked after her or tried my best. But so anyway, let's go for a bit of a blast and see if you can hear how she sounds. So what does she feel like to ride? She feels nimble, quite, I wouldn't say light, she doesn't feel a light bike. There's probably not much weight to her because she's only an air-cooled V-twin engine, small V-twin engine. But it feels nimble, feels racy, does feel better. When you're cruising, it feels a bit uncomfortable and a bit hard work. But the racier you get with her, it's almost a more fun she is, she's giving back, she's more enthusiastic she is. Italian motorcycles and cars seem to be the same thing. They don't like cruising, but you know, get them racing and they seem happier, they seem easier, they seem to enjoy it, you seem to enjoy it. That's why I've always sort of stuck with Italian vehicles, except for my main day-to-day car, which I, you know, have a German one now and I had a Japanese one before, because you know, the day-to-day boring run-of-the-mill stuff, you want a good reliable, you know, get you there and do stuff car. And if I had to use a bike for a daily occurrence, then I would probably go Japanese on that as well. But I don't have to. My bikes have always been toys, and yeah, the Yamaha was Japanese, but most of the time it's just been a So recently my friend Matt, just married Matt, has we've been out together on our bikes. I was on my Aprilia that day and he was on his Kawasaki 636. I believe that it's a chassis B1 BJ BH BJ B1H. I believe it's a B1H. It's a model nickname or something. So I've got some footage of us swapping bikes and having a go, so I'll probably insert that here.
Shall we use this now to swap bikes, take it easy?
Yeah.
To do these, and then
yeah, alright.
Yeah? We'll do the speed limit.
Yeah, alright.
I don't mind you accelerating hard on it, no wheelies, no endos.
No. Ugh. Here we go. What a funny machine. Oh god. It's completely different riding position. But then I'm still not sure my Aprilia is. Brakes are horrendous, shockingly bad brakes. The clutch is extremely bad. No, they're twin bolts, but they're big twin man. Nice and smooth accelerating bike. I should imagine on the old dyno that the old curve would be very nice on the old acceleration. It's very smooth and not much engine braking on this thing. Where is he then? Where is he? Where is he? Maybe he's coming round the mountain when he comes. Not too sure about the steering down there on this we've got one right in front of us here, but I'm not really sure what it's needed for. Come on then, Mr. Man. I'm doing 25. Go a bit faster on this bit. Come on. Come on. Bump, bump.
Jump right on mine now and see how it feels. Feels really comfy.
Comfy? I reckon you could do quite a bit of touring on that.
Yeah, you could. That's really comfy.
And that is more aggressive than when I've got it.
Is it?
Yeah. I think you could on yours as well, but you are it is a smaller bike.
Yeah.
Dimensions wise. The brakes are shocking on this.
You think?
Yeah. Sorry about the sound quality, it was very poor. Unfortunately didn't have a microphone set up properly, so that was an unfortunate turn of events. I mean, it wasn't really a big planned ride or a planned swap like a review. It was just do you want to have a go? Yeah, alright. Had the camera on, tried to record it, sound didn't work unfortunately, but I should imagine this Goodwood is getting very busy now because it's the revival time. I think it's next weekend actually. Goodwood Revival is next weekend. I should have really come here earlier in the day and we could have gone to the circuit and had a look around and see what was going on, but yes, so thanks again to everyone who's watched and liked, and if you wish to leave a comment then you're more than welcome. I'm looking to take the channel in a few different directions, so hopefully there'll be more to see and more to enjoy. If you are, that's great.